L.10.2, our learning goal today is adding on to the other learning goals we've already had. I can create and interpret a cumulative frequency table. You need your books open, it looks like, to page 697. Let's go there next. A cumulative frequency table, we gotta know what that means. We know what a frequency table means, right? We have intervals, and within that interval, we say how many data pieces showed up in that particular interval. So we're counting the frequency of it occurring, of it happening. Well, if we have a cumulative frequency table, there's an extra column, and it is showing a running total. There's an extra column, and it's showing a running total. Can you think of anything we use in here that kind of sounds then like a cumulative frequency table? Has an extra column with a running total, right? When we do our grade sheets, yeah. Don't we do a total of points earned? Isn't that a running total column? It's right next door to the, you're giving the, how many points you got on that grade, on that particular piece, and then you over to the next column and you add to the previous total. You have a running total going, and then there's also a total points possible column. So we already are familiar with cumulative frequency tables because we do it with our grade sheet. So on page 697, we're going to do problem number 4, the check it out problem, which is where? Oh, about 3/4 of the way down the page, right? Everybody see where I'm at? What are we supposed to do? It says the number of vowels in each sentence of a short essay are listed below. So, give me an example of somebody has the number of vowels possible. What happened in this data collection?
Is the
No, I'm just talking about just our group of numbers. It's, they have 33, 36, 39. What is that? So tell me, 33 what? Vowel in one sentence of this short essay. So within one sentence had 33 vowels in it. Okay? So what's the highest number of vowels within a sentence in this short essay, according to the data collection from this short essay?
42.
Huh. I'm hearing 43 is the highest I've heard so far. Anybody find anything higher than 43?
No.
Okay, let's go with 43 then. Okay. And the lowest is?
28.
28. What's the reason for having to worry about the highest and the lowest?
Subtract.
We're going to do our what?
Subtraction.
So we know where to start.
Know where to start now. Well, if we were making a stem and leaf plot, where would our stem start? At?
28.
No, what would the stem be? 2. And where would the stems end? At 4. We'd have a stem of 2, a stem of 3, and a stem of 4, and then we'd have leaves that would go with that, right? Okay, if we're making a stem and leaf plot, that's important to know for the stem and leaf plot also. But right now we're talking about, we're going to make a frequency table, but in frequency tables and histograms, what do we need? We need intervals, don't we? We need ranges that are equal length, equal distance. So what do we do with this 43 and this 28 then? Subtract. 43, take away 28 is how much? How much is it? 15, right? Okay, now if we do, remember what did we say is a good way to help us, so we don't have to, maybe we can get nice equal intervals, add 1 to it, because that 23 is at one end and the 28 is at one end and the 43 is at the other. So we're going to take 15 plus 1 and say altogether we really have a range of 16. So 16 is divisible nicely by 4. Okay. Because if we divided it by 2, then we're saying our range is only going to be 2, and how many intervals would there be? 8. Does that seem reasonable to have a range of just 2 and 8 intervals? No. So then if we divide it by 4, 16 divided by 4 would be 4. So then our range would be 4. So 4 vowels, and our intervals, we'd have 4 intervals. Does that seem pretty reasonable? See, these are decisions you're going to have to make today when you're doing your homework. Okay, Shamarki?
Does 8 work?
Does 8 work? Well, what's 16 divided by 8? Now again, now we're saying we have a range of 8 vowels, and there would be 2 intervals.
No.
Yeah, probably not. So I think 4 was your first choice. That was a good one. So we're going to use intervals of 4, starting at what?
2.
The smallest number.
28.
28. Starting at 28. Okay. Intervals of 4. There's going to be 4 of them. They're going to start at 28, and if we have to make sure that our highest number is included in our very last interval. If it isn't, we got to go back and fix it. Okay? So our first interval is going to start at 28, and we want it to represent 4 vowels. So what would it go through? 28, 29, 30, 31. What would our next interval be? 32 through.
35.
Okay, notice it's really only, it looks like it's only 3, doesn't it? Because you remember, what do? We add 1 for the other end. So 3 plus 1 is 4. If we made it 36, 32 to 36, that would really be an interval of 5. Okay, next, so the next one is 36 through 39. And the last one is 40 through 43. Okay, now we say to ourselves, do we need to do another interval? Is our highest number included? Okay, then we don't have to do another interval, do we? We can stop. We can do what we thought would work out, 4 by 4. Okay, now go ahead. You know how to do the frequency part. Go ahead and do that, because that's what we were doing yesterday. In the 28 to 31 range, you're going to circle, box, X, all the numbers, and count up how many of them you have. You get to do on your own.
Isn't there 7? Yeah.
Yeah. I started with 4, and then there was 5, and then there was 7. Can't find any more. That's what happens sometimes. Okay, how can I be sure that I included every database? Add them all up. Okay, mine adds up to, let's see, 9 plus 8 is 17. What's yours add up to? 17. How do we know we need 17? Josh? Yeah. Yeah, we gotta count up how many are in our list. So go up there and count them. Make sure there's 17 that we started with. I was so nice when I wrote them down. I lined them up so nicely for us. We could just count in columns 2, 4, 6, 8. You get that note? Okay. So there are 17 pieces of data. Our frequencies add up to 17. We're feeling pretty good about our frequency table. Okay. Now, cumulative frequency means a running total. So think of your grade sheet. This is the first grade, the first line there, next to 2, is the first grade you're putting on your grade sheet. So you look up and you say, is there anything to add it to? No. So what are we going to put for the cumulative frequency of our first row? 2. And then what's going to be the next cumulative frequency? 9, because now we go and say, oh, we're adding 7 to that, so now we have 9. And our next one is 14, because we say, oh, now we're adding 5 to that 9, we get 14. Our new total is 14. And what's our last total? 17. Oh, and look at there. It should add up to 17. It should end at 17, shouldn't it? Not add up to, it should end at 17. These numbers won't add up to 17, will they? Should these numbers add up to 17, the cumulative frequencies?
No.
Should 2 plus 9 plus 14 plus 17 add up to 17?
No.
No. It should end at 17 because it's a running total, right? Okay? So there's our cumulative frequency table. We're good. We got it. So now we're going to answer a question because that's what they're going to do, have you do with it then. We got to make sure you know how to read a cumulative frequency table correctly. Okay? So here's the question. How many sentences contain 35 vowels or fewer? 35 vowels or fewer, and I'm hearing 9. Anybody?
14.
14?
16.
So 35 vowels or fewer, that would be, give me some examples. 35, 34, the 36 count? 35 or fewer. No, 36 is out of the range, isn't it? So, Trey?
It's 9 because it's a running total. We keep on adding and it stops. Because when it goes up to 9, that's when it's 35 or fewer.
Yeah, so when it gets, this 9 tells us that the highest number of vowels is 35. And it says 35 or fewer, so we would answer this as 9. Okay, so they should be able to also answer some questions about, this is the only question I think they asked, right? Is there another one? Part B, is that all? Okay, so that's the only thing we have to answer. Okay, at this point, here's what I want us to be able to do though. I want you to be able to see something. I want you to make a connection between histograms and stem and leaf plots. I want you to make a connection between histograms and stem and leaf plots. So when you look at your stem and leaf plots notes, and it's really, they all tie together. Stem and leaf plots, frequency tables, and histograms really all kind of are related to each other. So find your stem and leaf plots one. And I want you to go to the bottom one that we did together. You know, that back-to-back one? Okay. The back-to-back one. I want you to tell me, what is the frequency of times that there was, are those kind of like intervals, by the way, first of all? In a stem and leaf plot, are those intervals? What's the interval, what's the first interval on that one? 30 to what? What was the first interval? Okay, I don't think everybody's where we are. Okay, so we got the back-to-back stem and leaf plot, and going down the middle we have this 3, we got a 4, a 5. Are you with me now? Okay, so what interval is that really representing right there? 30 to what?
39.
30 to 39. Any of the data pieces that fall in the 30 to 39 would go in there. What was the frequency? Let's talk about the low temperatures. What was the frequency for the low temperatures? How many leaves were there? 2. What was the frequency for high temperatures? 0. Okay, I need you all with me instead of worrying about that right now. Okay, don't worry about that assignment. I want us to pay attention to, let's make the connection between stem and leaf plots, frequency tables, histograms, okay? So, we're looking at 10.2 notes. The stem and leaf plots are at the bottom of the page. We have a back-to-back stem and leaf plot made. We're saying that the first stem represents the interval of 30 to 39. And I'm asking you, what's on this side, the high or the low temps? The low? Okay. and this would be the high then. I'm asking you, what was the frequency of low temps in this interval? So 6 and 9, there's 2 leaves, so the frequency would be 2. How many leaves are there over here? None. So what would the frequency be in the frequency table? 0. Okay, what's this interval? 40 to what? 49. 40 to 49. Are they equal? Are they equal length? Why not? What is the range of 30? What's the length of the interval 30 to 39? Not 9. 10. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. It's 10. Is the range from 40 to 49 also 10?
Yes.
How about 50 to 59?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So there are equal ranges in the stem and leaf plot, equal intervals, and the intervals we're saying, and then we're also talking about how many leaves there are. That is frequency, isn't it? In that interval. So make the connection. They're not, in reality here, we're kind of like talking about the same thing, just different displays for them. Okay? So here's the deal. If you take that stem and leaf plot, would you take your paper right now and would you turn it, make a right angle, make a 90-degree turn with it. Turn your paper, make a 90-degree turn with it. I don't care which one's showing up. Either you have the high temperatures are going like this, or or the low temperatures are up here. Can you envision making a histogram with that? How high would your first bar be? Let's do it if you have the high temperature at the top of the paper. How high would your first bar be for the high temperatures? Okay, we wouldn't have a bar there, would we? Because the frequency is what again? 0. How about for the next interval? Would we have a bar?
No.
No. Because there aren't any temperatures in that range either. How high would the bar be for the next range? For the next interval? But would it go up to 8? On a histogram, we show what? Frequency. How high would that bar go up on the y-axis? 1. How about the next one? There are 5. The frequency would be 5, so the bar would go up. So here we are. We got this histogram going, and we got these intervals: 30 to 39, 40 to 49, 50 to 59, 60 to 69. There's not going to be a bar here. There's not going to be a bar here. We just said there's going to be a bar up to 5 for that one. How about the next one? These are the highs, by the way. Okay. And there's 11 leaves in the next range, in 60 to 69. There's only, this is the one, I'm sorry. Okay, I skipped over that one, didn't I? Okay, this is the one that has 5. And then the next one's 11? Okay, so that's going up there a ways, isn't it? I don't want to go into my writing there. Do you see how we can make a histogram also from the stem and leaf plot? And there's really frequency going on. So all of those things, we're still kind of having the same thoughts, people, as we're doing these things. Okay? Okay, now get out a sheet of paper and let's get going on the homework.